What would you do if the person who broke your trust, who took everything your mother left to keep you safe, came crawling back, pleading for your help? My name is Clara, and this is the story of how my father's betrayal shaped me and how I faced him when he returned. I was 10 when Mom died. Cancer took her fast, but not before she sat me down, her frail hands clutching mine, and promised she'd always look out for me. She left me a small inheritance, her life savings, tucked away in a trust fund for my future. For college, for your dreams, she whispered. Dad was there, nodding solemnly, his eyes wet with tears. I believed him when he said he'd protect it. I was a child. I trusted him. But by 16, I knew something was wrong. The bank statements Mom's lawyer sent showed the account was nearly empty. I confronted Dad, my voice shaking. He didn't even deny it. Clara, I needed it, he said, his tone flat, like he was discussing the weather. Needed it for what? His new wife, Susan, and their 2 kids, me half-siblings I barely knew. He'd drained my future to build theirs. A new house, private school fees, vacations I wasn't invited on. I was left with nothing but a rented room in a crumbling apartment, working nights at a diner to afford community college. The betrayal cut deeper than the loss of money. Mom's love was in that fund, her late nights working double shifts, her sacrifices. Dad stole that too. I cut him out of my life. No calls, no visits. I built my own world, brick by brick, through grit and sleepless nights. By 25, I was a social worker, helping kids like methods the system forgot. It wasn't glamorous, but it was mine. I found purpose in their stories, in their resilience. It dulled the ache of my own. Then, last month, he showed up. I was locking up the community center when I saw him, molder, thinner, his face lined with desperation. Clara, he croaked, I need you. My stomach twisted. He looked like a ghost of the man I once called Dad. Susan had left him, he said. The house was gone, foreclosed. His kids, me half-siblings, were in foster care. He was drowning in debt, living in his car. He needed money, a place to stay, anything. You're my daughter, he pleaded, as if that word still held weight. I wanted to scream. The nerve of him, after what he'd done. I saw Mom's face, her tired smile, the way she believed in him. I saw myself at 16, learning I'd been erased from his priorities. But I also saw those kids as kids caught in a system I knew too well. They weren't to blame for his sins. I stood there, torn between rage and something softer, something I didn't want to feel. I didn't let him in that night. I told him to leave, my voice cold but trembling. But his words haunted me. I tracked down his kids, Mia and Ethan, through a colleague. They were 8 and 10, scared and alone in a group home. Their eyes reminded me of mine when Mom died, lost, searching for something to hold on to. I couldn't walk away. I started visiting them, bringing books, snacks, stories. I didn't tell them who I was at first, just a friendly face. But Mia, sharp as a tack, figured it out. You're our sister, aren't you? She asked one day, her voice small but sure. I nodded, my throat tight. Ethan hugged me, and I felt the walls I'd built start to crack. Dad kept calling, leaving voicemails that swung between apologies and demands. I didn't answer, but I kept seeing Mia and Ethan, helping them navigate the foster system, advocating for them. It wasn't about him, it was about them. They deserved better than his mistakes, better than my anger. One day, I met Dad at a diner, not the one I'd worked at, but close enough to feel like a full-circle moment. He looked worse, his hands shaking as he clutched a coffee mug. I'm sorry, Clara, he said, tears in his eyes. I failed you. I wanted to believe him, but trust is a fragile thing, and mine was long gone. I told him I was helping Mia and Ethan, not for him, but because they were innocent. I told him he'd lost me years ago, when he chose his new life over mine. I walked away, lighter but not healed. Forgiveness isn't a switch you flip, it's a process, and I'm not there yet. But Mia and Ethan? They're my family now, not because of him, but despite him. I'm giving them what Mom gave me, love that doesn't give up, even when the world does. Life's funny, isn't it? The man who broke me gave me a chance to rebuild something better. I'm not grateful for his betrayal, but I'm stronger for it. And as I watch Mia laugh and Ethan draw pictures of a home he hopes for, I know I'm honoring Mom's promise. I'm looking out for them, just like she always looked out for me.